Hey campers, George here, back in the man cave. It's really cold out there and we had a really bad, nasty, blowy, wet snowstorm and dumped a whole bunch of inches of white stuff on us, and it's a little chilly outside. Nevertheless, the mailman arrived and brought me a prize. So things are looking up, and that's what I'm looking at right now. And what it is this guy, the Opinel number 12 saw knife. Yep, they actually call it a saw knife, which kind of surprised me. I got it today and pretty excited about it. As you know, a couple of weeks ago, I got myself an Opinel number 8 folding knife. And I got to tell you, I was really impressed with it. It's actually this guy here. And now it's on my belt all the time. An unusual knife with the locking mechanism and that sort of thing, and extremely sharp and easy to sharpen. Love this knife. And because of that, I went to their website to have a look at what else they got, because I knew they had the different sizes and knives, and to my shock and horror, they had a folding saw. And I looked at it, they actually had two. I think they have a number 18 and a number 12, or is it a number 16? I can't remember. I decided I wanted to have a look at this guy, the number 12. I'm going to have a look at it right now. I thought it would be a nice addition to my Bushcraft tool roll. It's not a big saw, obviously, and as you saw by the specs in the beginning, but I thought it would be handy around the camp. I'm not going to be cutting down a tree with it, but I'm going to be cutting up firewood and that sort of thing. I'm going to be looking at smaller stuff to make a fire. And with that in mind, I got this guy and I wanted to have a look at it. So let's do that right now. So as you see, it comes in the box, the typical Opinel box, and has all the information on it. You can see here, it says, actually it's in French and my French is not that great, but they do say saw knife there. And this is the number 12. Nice little box. And it has some information on the back in 27,462 different languages. For cutting branches less than 8 centimeters in diameter, whilst pulling. Varnished wood handle, carbon steel blade with anti-corrosion coating. 12 centimeters. So that's what they say on the back here. I was surprised it's carbon steel blade, but I'm good with that. I have no problem with that. Will I be sharpening it? Doubt it. Anyway, here it is here. And you can see it just looks like a big version of the knife right now. The handle is basically the same. It has that big thing there. A lot of people don't like this. I think that, especially with the saw, the pulling cut, you're going to need that to keep your grip on it. And it has a hole for a lanyard, which obviously I'll be putting on, and a colorful one in case I drop it, leave it lying around. And it says number 12 on there. I don't know if you can see that. And it has the locking ring. You can see it here. Open and locked. So let's open it up. So let me open it up here. And you can see it just opens up, and I'm going to lock it in just like the knife. No difference in that locking ring. And there you can see the saw here, and on the blade here, it says Opinel, and it says pull to cut. Can you see that there? Teeth. You can see the shape of the teeth are designed to cut on the pull stroke, and you have the locking handle. It has the Opinel name on it. Feels like a regular saw. Took quite a lot to get used to. With the knife, I wasn't too sure about the handle, but it has certainly grown on me. And a lot of people don't like it. I do. I like the handle. A lot of people modify it. I think they cut off the ends. This is a fairly big handle, so that's a good thing. So as I was saying, I think what we're going to do is I'll put my little lanyard on there, my piece of string, bright colored, 550 on there, like I do with all my stuff, so I don't lose it. And then we'll take it into the man cave in the South 40, find a piece of wood and do some sawing and see how it does. The blade seems kind of thin, but I don't see a problem with that. So We will see. And I suspect because of the thinness of the blade, that is why it is a pull cut. If you had it both ways, I'm not sure. I think this would flex a little bit here. But I have no problem with that. So let's go give it a try. Join me in the South 40. Woo! It's a little chilly in here. Well, let's see what we can come up with to test out that saw quickly. Found some wood. Whew, it's so cold in here, my hands are freezing. What do you do? So, first thing I want to tell you is that it's in my pocket next to my leg, the leg pocket, and it fit in there perfect. It's small enough, hardly even noticed it was there. Good thing. That makes it nice and portable. It doesn't stick out of your pocket while you're walking, and the chance of losing it. And speaking of losing it, I need to put a little thingy on it. All my stuff out of here. I have my bag of tricks. That'll work. That'll work. Yep. It's going to use some bright 550 cord to put through the hole here so that if I drop it, makes it easy to see. And here's a tip. If you starts to fray at the end, you can just pull on the sheath of the 550 and it pulls it up there again. And then what I'm going to do is just going to burn the end off here so that I can get it in through that hole. And try cutting it. Almost. Got it. Put it through like that. And all I'm going to do is tie a knot on each end. I don't want a loop or anything. Just want to put a little knot. Basic overhand knot on the end. Get it as tight as I can. Fire up that end again. I'm shaking so much, I'm freezing. Now the tag end here. Make another overhand knot. My lighter is struggling here. It's so cold. Welcome to Minnesota winter. There we go. Now we have a little tag on the end. Makes it easy to see. won't lose it. Good idea. You don't have to put a loop. A lot of people do. I just find the loop gets in the way, so I just do that, and gives me enough to see if I drop it. So like I said, I got myself 2 sticks here. I got a pretty thin one, I would say about 1/2 inch thick, and I got a little bit thicker one here, which is probably just over 1 inch thick at the end here. So we'll give him a try first and see how we do. All I want to do is just see how well it cuts. I'm not going to do any fancy stuff with it, just some basic cutting, and let's see how we do. You can see that just using this as a brace, and it is a pull, so I'm going to have to pull on it, and you can see right there that the backstroke is pretty good. Nice clean cut. Let's do that again, just in case that first one was a fluke. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on it, and it's slicing right through it, and it is a nice clean cut. Let's try the thicker end here. Let's go a little bit thicker and see how we do. No problem. No problem at all. So that's a good thing. Let's cut this sucker now. This wood's kind of frozen, by the way. Was sitting outside. Let's try this again. Hopefully you can see this. You can see on the backstroke how it's pulling the wood out. I'm not wearing gloves. One of the reasons is I can't feel my hands, and with gloves it'll make it worse. Yeah, got through there. A nice clean cut again. So that's not bad. That's what, just under 1 inch. So here's a little bit thicker. Let's try that. I'm trying to get through this as quickly as possible. My hands are frozen, but I needed to try it out, so let's see. Yeah, no problem there. And you can see it's cutting right through it. This is great. I'm liking this. And the handle actually works. Like I said, I do like this widened bit here, because it's a pull stroke. It gives you a better grip. So right through there. Let's make a disc. Let's see if we can cut a disc here. A fairly thin disc. There you go. Very nice. So really, can't complain about that. And like I said, it's not going to replace a heavy-duty saw. I think it's a little too small for that. But for what I intend to use it for, I don't see a problem there. And of course, it'll be in my tool roll, yeah, which is for my whittling and just bushcrafty practice stuff. So this is going to work great for me. And like I said, that handle, for some reason I like the handle. I just like the shape, the bigger end. A lot of people don't like that. For me, I think my hand's just right for this. And I think a lot of people have a problem where they don't like this. And I've seen them cut it off, but it'll go right here in my tool roll that I have here, which is slowly changing as I go. And let me show you the lock on this. Am I bleeding? Nope. Let me show you how the lock works on this. And you can see it has that little slot there, and on the top you can see that slot. So when you turn it, it locks it in and the blade can't move. Now obviously you can close it and lock it off again. This blade is a little thinner than I thought it would be, but I don't see a problem with it, and I always like to lock it. I decided to have a look at a Mora knife, I bought that combination, the Boko Mora and folding saw combination, and a great saw, and I really was impressed with the knife, starter Bushcraft knife. And I noticed on the Mora site they had this guy, and it's actually a knife that they recommend for woodworking, for whittling and that sort of thing. So, you know, George, sharp and shiny, got to give it a try. So that'll be my next thing, and it fits right in the tool roll like that. There you go, we're all set. Don't forget now, like, share, subscribe. You know the story. Pretty sure I'll be back with something else, some other sharp shiny thing, I'm pretty sure. Maybe a cottage video. I think that might be coming up next. Just saying. Thanks for watching. Be safe. Bye.